What should you eat before a workout? This is a great question because it's one that everybody has when they first start working out. And the answer is it's different for everybody, but there's a way for us to figure it out, or at least a good strategy for getting you there quickly. We're going to start with what works for the majority of people. 60 to 70% of the people that we've trained, there's a amount of time and a certain type of meal you should eat that seems to work. But then from there, we're going to figure out when you try that, if it doesn't work, which way you should go. So what we found for most people is about 2 to 3 hours before a workout, eating something that has some protein and carbohydrates in it, but not a very big meal, seems to be best. So what would that look like? Well, for some people in the morning, it could be an egg and some toast. For other people who are coming in after work, it might be a snack throughout the day, something like a protein bar and an apple mid-afternoon before their workout. And then, of course, making sure you have some water, or for a lot of people, a cup of coffee. That seems to be what works for a lot of people. So if somebody's new to exercising, I would say start with that. Some protein that's fairly easy to digest, again, eggs, protein bar, and then some carbohydrates that are also easy to digest, bread, fruit, something that'll get into your system fairly quickly. From there, once you do your workout, see how you feel. If you feel great, then that's it, you've nailed it. If you feel queasy, you actually are getting sick to your stomach, that means you need to eat even further away from your workout, even earlier in the day, or eat a little bit less. If it's the other way around, if you're feeling not queasy, but you're just feeling weak, maybe even a little shaky, then you didn't have enough food, especially carbohydrates, and you might want to eat a little bit more or a little bit closer to your workout. Some things to avoid across the board. So greasy foods, spicy foods, dairy for most people, those things tend to have some pretty disastrous results. So the people we've seen who have had a burrito, a slice of pizza, a big greasy burger a couple hours before their workout, that's not good. So to save you some discomfort and to save us from ruining our spotless clean bathrooms, let's stay away from those regardless of whether you need to eat earlier or later before a workout. So go back to recap. The ones that seem to work for most people, the types of foods are some protein and carbs 2 to 3 hours before. And then for the people that get queasy with food in their stomach, eat even less. Sometimes people wake up in the morning and actually work out on an empty stomach and it works for them. For other people who feel fatigued, shaky, I'm one of those people. I actually need to eat a little bit closer to my workout and I need a little bit more, and that seems to work for me. So that's our strategy. Start with what works for the majority of people, see how you feel, and then tweak it in one direction or the other based on that. I hope that helps. Stay away from the burritos and burgers before your workout. Try the strategy I just gave you instead, and let's see how it goes. All right, I'll see you guys. Thanks.